And welcome back to the Longshots D&D here on Twitch. Had a little audio issue, so just to recap, our good buddy Theron is out this week with the COVID, but the power of Talos will bring him back fully uncovided next week. And also, for those watching the screen live and now with the video version podcast on whatever your podcasting thing is, new portrait Amatrine has now officially joined us here on Wednesdays. Hello.
Hello.
Yay!
Yay! And
I'm excited.
now that the audio is fixed and I've written down to cut out the first 23 minutes of this broadcast, I think we're ready to get started.
Yes.
You're muted.
Actually, I have another joke.
And now Buck is muted himself.
God damn it!
I really wasn't saying anything important this time around, but thank you. Look, all right, just
good.
like a quick glance behind the life of your DM. When I walk away from the computer, I burst out into song. Doesn't matter what song it is, I just do it, and
Nice.
like, yeah.
Please tell me you're
It's
practicing
Shakira.
for some
magical.
for some boat music.
Oh my god.
Now that we have finally attuned the trident of the gods.
Yes, please.
You'll just have to find out.
Oh.
So,
Oh man.
in order to tell us exactly what happened last week, because sometimes we all forget, and sometimes I just like to hear you tell it.
Or you're not here.
Or you weren't here, you were in, I don't know, someplace called Seattle.
Back.
Let's go ahead and have our very own Colt Sebastian Taylor bring us in.
Last week on the Longshots, the gang returned to Mintarn, and then, as is every good decision in Dungeons & Dragons, split up into multiple directions. But starting last week, Colt decided to check in with the sentient stone, the little thing he picked up from a mind flare in Waterdeep. But fortunately, Theron and Vel and Amatrine got there before he did it on his own, because there's an aboleth in there and bad things can happen. Well, Colt talked to the aboleth, who was nameless, so he called him Clark, as in Dick Clark, because he's really, really old, and asked him a series of questions about mind flayers. Turns out, there's a bit of a mind flayer problem here. Some are underneath the ocean, some are in a village probably southwest of here. It's kind of a big deal, and that needs to be taken care of. Meanwhile, Elian and Matthew visited Matthew's home and did stuff.
Boy, specify.
Stuff that I don't remember at the moment. So we'll just say
Look for books.
read books and made out a whole bunch.
No! They didn't do any of that!
So much making out. It was an erotic display of
No.
passionate kissing that
No.
will get us demonetized immediately. And they looked at books about mind flayers. Did you look at books about mind flayers? What books did you look at?
We found books about mind flayers.
Oh, but-
And we also we looked at a bunch of treasure that was like in Matthew's basement. And I got one of those soul coins. that had a bunch of
Oh
souls
yeah,
in it.
soul coin. Yeah, I gotta really start taking notes here. Colt went to the castle to meet with the tyrant, where he planned to. Oh wait, she's apparently dating Thane. Ugh, Thane, ruining everything since the beginning of this campaign. Well, it turns out that under Thane's direction, the tyrant had sent her best men and women and best weapons to deal with this mind flare issue, and none of them came back. Yay! So it looks like this issue has to be taken care of right now before the mind flares get all mind flary and all over Mintarn. Back to the tavern was Colt was talking to the mind flayer. The aboleth erased his memory, but he got it back thanks to Amatrine crushing a diamond into a dime bag of diamond dust to then restore his memory. This week, Will the Longshots find the mind flayers? How many will they crush? Or will they all get their brains eaten? Find out that and more on this week's Longshots Dungeons and Dragons. Get well soon, Saren.
Woo! All
Woo.
right.
Talking, but you can't hear it because my mic has
So,
it covers it up.
I think your camera's off there, Buck.
just
Oh,
click
yeah, you
back
have to
into
click back.
Discord. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there.
It lost focus, and so I had to rearrange. Let's see.
Still thinking.
It's thinking about it.
This
It's
week's
a little engine that could. But you know what? It's not my face that's important. It's my voice.
That's
So,
true.
last we left, you guys had just decided to make camp 1 hex over, or 1 day's travel from the capital city of Mira. So you guys are on that center hex of Mintarn roundabouts, heading down to the southwest pattern there. You've found yourselves a nice grove of trees, not too far off the road itself, so you still have eyes on the road. Generally flat, although you guys are just on, like I say, the edge of a nice forest clearing. It's almost like a, Vietnam era daisy cutter bomb went off, and like you're in a nice clearing, and the rest of it's trees around you, except you've got a nice, sort of horseshoe pattern look out towards the road. The trees in this area are impressive, old. You can tell this is probably part of the oldest forest on Mintarn. Seems like, even though this is a place that is known for their shipbuilding, it is amazing to note that there are still trees on here that they haven't cut down for ships yet.
For the Mintarn Reserve.
Yes. So, I would say that this would be the opening of when camp is entirely set up. And like any good Longshots game, time is how you make it. So it's up to you guys from here, how fast or how slow your travel goes.
Well, I think we should not be rushing there in case, let's just assume the worst, that the mind flayers have someone in town keeping an eye on anyone leaving to this direction. So, I think we should move stealthily so we don't fumble into an ambush.
Okay. How far away are we from our destination?
You are a whole other day's travel.
Okay.
It's going to take you basically all day to reach the end of the next hex into that current hex.
Are we approaching evening, or is this like the first day of travel?
This is 8 hours later.
8 hours. So,
You
evening?
can only really safely travel 8 hours. Yeah, it's getting to about evening.
Okay. So,
Still a little bit of sunlight left if you've set up camp, but it's starting to head down.
I think we need to find a nice secluded encampment and decide who's watching when.
First one.
Whew. All right, I can do that. Do I see any nice spots for an encampment?
Yeah, you guys did find one, in fact, and it is set up.
Okay. And we're sleeping?
Nope. You guys had just finished unpacking any of your tents, your sleeping bags, or anything. Put your belongings down, and now you're getting social before you get sleepy.
Okay.
Unless you're
I
just
will put
automatically sleepy.
Well, I am
yeah.
definitely always automatically sleepy.
Amateur's default mood is light napping.
Yeah. I have an ability, though, that lets me, don't do that. I have an ability, where is it? It's like Hearth and something, Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow. So during a short or long rest, you touch a point in space and create a 30-foot invisible sphere that grants a +5 bonus to stealth perception checks while within it, and light from open flames can't be seen.
That's fucking handy.
I will do that. Oh, I will just yawn and as I'm stretching, this like invisible sphere just appears around me.
And she vanishes from your view.
Ah.
One
Wait.
moment she was there, and the next.
Well, I'm not invisible. I just
You were being covered, right?
yeah, I'm just a little hazy.
Cool.
Whew. Are you guys coming?
Yep.
So are we setting up a watch?
Yes, we probably should. There's 6 of us, so 3 shifts, right?
Well, I can stay
Yeah.
up for half the night again, as usual.
So, in your ideal campsite, what kind of things have you got set up?
Fire.
Where?
Within my 30-foot sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything is within that sphere of sneakiness.
And how did you light it?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no.
Eldritch Blast.
Don't we have camping supplies?
Meow does. I'm almost positive. One moment.
Pretty sure that it's in like the basic.
Yeah,
I
Meow
have a
Tinder
has
box.
Meow has that flask of gastric juices from those animals we slew like
The
2
Bodax?
months ago.
That's gross.
Yeah, we have.
I'm
a
sure
few
we
of
could
us
light
have tinder
those on
boxes.
fire. But I have a
Uh,
tinder box and
Okay.
some hempen rope we can use as some tinder. And I've also got oil in a flask.
And as far
well
as the wood goes, now mainly I'm just asking for my own reasons, but and let's say the wood for the fire, where you guys just like
Yeah,
sort
we'll
of
go
scavenging
chop it
around the
down.
wood line. You're gonna go chop it down, okay?
This seems like a bad idea.
I mean,
You know,
I feel like we should look for stuff that's already on the ground because it's going to be dry
Yeah,
and more
could be stuff.
flammable than fresh branches.
if you want to chop it down, let's just get a general nature check to try to find a nice tree to go ahead and chop down.
Oh man, Meow's been waiting for this moment his whole life. He rolled a 3.
Off to a good
Yeah,
start.
Yes.
well,
He's been waiting. He just hasn't been preparing his whole life.
you
That's-
find
Okay.
a tree that it looks nice, you know. It's got a lot of
Dude,
leaves.
he is
The leaves
so
are still
for it.
nice and green.
He's chopping this bitch down. Let's go.
Good.
Okay.
Tackle it.
This tree's gonna spit at you.
Matter of fact, Meow
Try to
will
guess
walk over to
tackle it.
Elian. Hey, Elian, can I borrow that sword that I
You
gave to you?
can't chop down the tree. Not in
Um,
front of Brad, I guess.
Which sword?
You know, the sword.
But you're not attuned to it anymore.
I can still swing it. Okay, no, that's out of character. I'm not
But
actually
you
gonna use. I'm not actually gonna use Black Razor to cut down a tree. That would
Do
be.
you need help?
Yeah, I don't want you to
Offensive.
jump
Past the
past
tree.
I just don't have a hatchet. Does anybody have a hatchet?
During this discussion, can
I'm
Colt just
looking
sort of walk
dagger.
around looking for broken branches on the ground? That's
You
Yeah,
absolutely
I'm gonna look
can.
for that as well.
Yeah.
I'm a
I was
sniper.
just curious what everyone wanted to do. You are more than able to do whatever you want.
Okay.
I am
I'm
just
just gonna watch
curious.
out.
I'm gonna take a nap
Okay.
Gotcha.
because if I leave the
Yeah.
sphere, then it disappears.
I'm gonna be
Oh, and it's-
helping Colt look for actually dry like bits of wood and stuff like that to help start the fire and feed the
All
fire.
right.
Meow has a crowbar and a hammer and my extendo stick that
Crowbar?
stands in midair.
I'm gonna
What
look.
can I do with these 3 tools?
I think that Meow, you can make an insight check based on the tools you have available, and then
That's a 5.
Either Vel or Colt, one of you two roll nature with advantage because both of you are looking.
What's your nature, Val?
My nature is probably not great. Sorry, just a second. +2.
Oh, well, I rolled once, you rolled once, and I rolled a 14 to see how you roll.
21.
There you are. So 21
Okay.
and a 14.
Yeah, you guys
Almost
can
a nat
find
20.
yourselves a definite amount of nice kindling, and there's even
Sorry,
a
I didn't know I was in...
decently nice size dead log that would be good for later on. Meow, you think the best course of action with the tools you have available is basically just like crowbar against a tree, and then you're just gonna pound it with the hammer with all your might, and hopefully you'll just like jackknife through it.
Like I would feel like engaging with him. Let's go for it.
Yeah,
try-
we've just already started the fire with quite happy sitting there while watching him hammer away.
You're very quiet.
So then finally, Meow, strength check if that's what you're going for.
Oh, dude, I'm so going for this. Can you guys hear me better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Strength check,
I'm
baby.
Fuming at this tree chopping.
Ooh.
I know. Right?
19.
Good stuff.
Okay.
You get punted by the tree.
You get a couple like test hits in, and then you deliver one real big, just ting, which sort of rings throughout the forest. And as you do so, this is right about the time that the sparks are coming up out of the fire, and then all of you folks that have a warning weapon, it starts to glow,
Oh god.
God.
and you can hear like
We're about
the
to get
ground
exploded.
fucking like shift, and there's a tree on the opposite side of the clearing that just uproots itself. It takes about 2 big steps and like lurches down, and it starts just shouting across the clearing, "Stop!"
Oh shit, the
Now
trees are alongside
immediately
the
stops.
Think I know
Yeah, I
why,
was like
Holy shit.
mid-swing and just freezes.
think I know why these trees haven't been cut down, Meow.
Again.
Red guy's arms is crossed, like, just shaking his head. The signs were there.
Radius, why didn't you tell us the trees were alive?
It's Radagast, come on.
And as you say that, he found a little stick in front of him and lights it on fire with druidcraft and goes, "There's your campfire. Now deal with the big tree."
Oh my god.
Heard that?
It sort of brings one giant branched leafy arm outstretched towards you guys across the field and is like,
Oh god.
"Leave the alive ones. We
Whoa, whoa.
all feel."
Well,
Meow,
what ones
kinda-
are not alive?
Any of the
Pulls
dead
it
wood is
out.
what he's referring to. You guys can take the dead wood.
I'm assuming the crowbar is like lodged in the tree.
Yeah,
Because I
pretty
smacked
good.
the. Yeah. Okay. Now it's just kind of like drops the hammer and kind of puts his right foot on the tree and grabs the crowbar and just starts yanking it out. I'm assuming you want me to roll another strength check.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
sure do.
Just for a visual here,
That is a natural 20, 24.
You're just like, pink, phew. You twirled it right back on your shoulder like nothing happened.
is Meow's wife
Yeah,
with
just raises
us?
both of his hands. Just says, sorry.
I
my
believe
bad.
so.
Okay.
Yeah, at least they didn't kill us. God.
How about leaning over to Meow's wife and say, "So is this like all the time with Booger?"
You know, he's always had a strong work ethic.
That's a very,
That's a good woman.
you know, almost as much as a wordsmith as I am.
Always in your corner, I'm telling you.
Almost as much as a wordsmith as I am. Okay. Meow, we've started a fire. I don't believe you need to slaughter any other living things in the forest.
So that tree ant has gone like 2 paces forward, and like once he stopped moving, you can't tell him apart from a normal motionless tree. Like his facial features sink back into the wood, like he has just rooted himself again, like 2 paces out of the tree line, and he's just chilling. That's the only way you know that tree is alive.
I feel
Your
like
daggers
nobody's
of
gonna be
warnings
able to
and
sleep
stuff,
tonight.
like just chill. They're good now.
Oh boy.
Meow, how much time have you spent in nature?
I used to sleep outside.
And how many
in
campfires
barns
did you?
almost nightly.
How many campfires did you make in that time?
Well, you know, once you get the fire strong enough, you'll need you'll need big wood to keep it going.
So
I was
just-
gonna take care of
I'm
that.
just
Also,
trying-
like, fresh wood doesn't work very well. It needs time to dry out, and
Yeah, just try
Yeah.
to wrap my mind around this. Like when you were out drinking and sleeping outside, did you use a crowbar and a hammer to take down trees to make a fire?
You know, now that you think about it, by the time I got to that part, I usually passed out drunk.
Okay, so you didn't make a whole lot of fires, did you?
Yeah, just shuts his mouth and sits down.
Okay.
A for effort.
A for effort, yes, Alien. A for effort. Okay. Well, on the plus note, we haven't fought a tree yet today, so go team.
Trees.
We may be going into a place full of mind flayers. So tomorrow morning, Elian, I believe you told me you have some sort of ritual that can have us communicate with each other without speaking?
Did I say that?
Telepathic bond? Do you know that spell?
I don't think that was me.
Oh, I thought it was one of your ritual spells.
I can check. I don't think it is. I will look. Nope, never mind. I lied. I do have that.
Okay,
Yep.
there you are.
I did tell you that. Sorry, I had to look.
You
in
did, yes.
my,
Well, we were drinking at the time.
my mind. Were we?
So,
I don't remember that.
I think...
The royal we.
Yeah. I think that we should definitely do that tomorrow, so if we need to tip each other off about something, we can do it without speaking. And it lasts quite a while, too, so we should be good for most of the day.
That, yes, I agree.
Yes. Does anyone else have any particular thoughts about this hot mess we're going into tomorrow?
just have fun, everybody.
What? Did you just say have fun, everybody?
Yep.
Okay. You know
I
what?
don't want to get my head
Like,
exploded
it's a
again.
job,
That's
sure, and
insane.
it's tight, but we can still have fun with it, you know?
True. I would say if anyone insists on going off on their own, don't let them go because they could be under the influence of something. So,
Okay, so we go with them.
Well,
I'm saying let's stick together as a group no matter what tomorrow. We don't want to get isolated if this place is infested with mind flayers.
So we should have
Yeah.
a buddy system.
We should stay together as a group. No one goes off on their own.
Oh, 1, 2.
Yeah, I was gonna reach into his
All of
sack
them.
and pull out his rope and says, "I have a great idea, you guys.
You know what? I feel like you're going to go 0 for 2.
We all tie ourselves to this rope,
I think.
and that way nobody can get away."
I think I'm good. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I mean, that's good for mountain climbing. In a tactical situation, maybe not so much.
Mail puts his rope away.
Okay.
I just have
That's
a
too fun. I don't know. I could be tied to you.
mentally.
Thank you.
Or
Physically with a rope.
okay.
I would
have a
hold on to
concern-
Isn't
the
that what he
rope,
was
but I wouldn't
suggesting?
be tied to it.
Okay, we're not going through a blizzard, okay?
or a sandstorm.
God.
I have a
All right.
concern. I don't want my head to explode again.
Okay, yes. These are the same folks that popped her brain out that one time. The same sort of folks. His brain. Okay, so like we need to be very careful. We're probably not going to see any mind flares, but they could be controlling any number of people here.
I can use all of my magic to just constantly dispel magic or something, so that magic gets dispelled.
Okay, I
Oh,
like
that's
that,
right.
but you have about this much, magical oomph in you, and we might need that to fight someone. So just don't be popping off dispels left and right.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You say so, Colt.
Yeah, we need all of our spell slingers to be topped off full. So don't pop something off just because it's funny. Unless it's a cantrip.
I do have this one spell called Natha's Mischief that could be funny to. Oh, yeah, I suppose
Okay.
better not.
Yeah, this is a really serious situation, you guys. Okay.
We could use I could use detect thoughts.
That could be something. If something seems a little iffy there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we need to approach the town secretly, watch it from the distance, and then if everything looks okay, I guess go in there and see if we can talk to people to figure out where these folks are. According to the stone, there's a larger base under the water off the coast. Plus, there's the person inside this mountain we need to wake up also, and a buried ship. So once we get to this town, we're going to have to figure out which way we're going. I feel like we need to get ourselves underneath this mountain first and wake up a deity. It's probably going to be our best bet, but play it by ear. Assuming they haven't found it and moved it somewhere else.
Should we set up a watch system so we can get some a good rest?
Yes, we should.
I'm happy to take first watch.
Colt, I can actually take first watch if you want to sleep, and if Colt, you want to stay up with me, I can.
Awesome.
Okay,
Yep.
so
Because Alien can stay up for like 2 watches, right?
basically,
I can stay up for half the night.
so I'll put you down for 2 watches, or 2.5, or 1.5. Okay.
You're
However
just
much
an
is
each
half a
person
night.
on the second watch.
What's that, Val?
Oh, so basically, you still want like everyone to do.
Yeah,
A
just
watch.
one watch
Yeah.
we'll have in.
You and Alien. Does anyone else have any preference for who or when?
Yeah, second watch. We need 2 people.
Am I still on second watch?
Yeah, you're on for half of it.
Okay.
I will.
Yeah, we'll train.
No, that'll be fun.
I don't mind when I go. Just
You could take my place whenever for the half of the
All right,
second watch.
I'll put you.
yeah, I'm like,
all right.
I'll just get as much sleep as possible.
And then
No.
Ragast,
Oh, yeah.
Ragast, and Meow for the third.
Yeah, that works. Meow was gonna take first, but he didn't really care.
Okay.
He just wanted to take initiative.
Sounds good.
All right. There's our system.
Okay. Wake me up when it's my turn.
Yeah, when I take watch, I'm gonna go play like leaf checkers with the treant.
Ooh. Yes. I like that. All right. Well, is there any business you guys want to attend to on your watches? Because I can tell you from some rolls I've just done in the background, your watch will be peaceful and relaxing.
Nice. I wanted to talk to Colt. That's why I was like, Colt, stay up
Okay.
with me.
All right. Everyone's sleeping. Ugh, boy. Something on your
Yeah.
mind there, Alien?
Well, I just wanted to. I guess there's a couple things.
Okay.
I wanted to. Well, one, I'm worried. I really don't want to die again. I know I said it earlier.
I feel the same way about you.
I just don't want to, like, go back to, like, because when I die, I don't really, like, what happened last time, and I don't want, like, but also, I figured out kind of how to, like, when I die, if, like, not die, but when I kind of pass out, I guess, if I take too much, I can always, heal myself a little bit, and I won't die right away.
Okay, that's a plus.
Yeah, but what happens if, like, I get one of those things attached to my brain again? Because then you guys can't take that off, or else it'll kill me. So what happens
Well, hopefully we won't run into any. If we do see one, just everyone target it and just fucking stomp it to death.
Yeah, okay. And then I didn't want. well, you know how Matthew died last time too. I don't want that to happen either. I don't want anybody to die, really.
That's a very good policy to have. Yes, that's my goal.
That's pretty much it for that. I just don't want anyone to die, and that worries me.
Well, since we're talking, Alien, I am mildly positive that your father is still alive.
Yeah, I don't think that. I didn't think he was dead.
Your mother, however, I do not think is with us.
Oh. Yeah, that's... Yeah, okay.
So, I figured that you should know, because it's your right. But, after we take care of this, we're going to take care of that.
Yeah, okay.
So.
Speaking of my father.
Yes.
So I asked who I think I asked Vel when I should tell you this, and she said after your meeting with the tyrant.
Yep.
Yeah. And I feel like you should know, and we don't have to do anything about this right now. I'm not saying it's like urgent. But it might be urgent. I don't know. You can determine that. But I thought maybe I should tell you that. So I talked to Asarak again.
How'd that go?
We got back. I don't think he remembers anything from the last time we talked.
It's probably for the best.
And I figured out how to get souls to him directly, but I need a skull, like from someone, and I don't really. And then I went to the graveyard with Amatrine and Val, and then we were gonna. There was a dragonborn, and I was gonna take the skull and decapitate it, and then I thought I don't want to do that, and then they were really wanting to do it, and I said no, and then we didn't. We ended up not, and then we left. But anyways, that's not important. But so I talked with Asarak, and apparently, and I didn't know about this until now, until I talked to him. But apparently, I'm in some sort of agreement and deal with him and my father that I didn't know about. And basically, me gathering souls for him is gonna create some sort of like apocalypse at some point.
Okay, well, one apocalypse at a time, you know.
Yeah.
So let's take care of this apocalypse, and then we'll move on to the next one.
Yeah, but shouldn't we try to prevent it or something?
Well, yeah, we're going to prevent it, but this is a little bit more right now sort of thing. We can't really. So let's take care of the mind flayers, wake up this deity, and then we'll move on to this next world-ending thing.
Yeah, I just thought you should know, because it's I think I should probably not give him as many souls.
You may want to tighten the supply a bit.
But my father is also he supplied the souls for me when I was gone.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to pay him a visit then after we take care of this.
Okay.
I've asked my elven friend to find him for us.
Oh. Is she's not gonna go like near him or anything?
No. She said that's too. If anything, we'll send she'll
good.
send some lackey, someone who is frankly expendable.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
She wouldn't do that. I'd be more likely to do that than she would. So.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
Okay. You all right?
Yeah.
Liar. That's okay. Colt's gonna squeeze his hand. Listen, I told you in Waterdeep, and I'll tell you now, not gonna abandon you. All right? Me, Val, Amatrine here. She. I imagine Amatrine will be very fond of you as quickly as Vel is. And they're, having knowing them both very, very well, they're both very protective of the people they like. So, I know you got Matthew and everything else, but never feel that you are alone here, because you aren't. Okay?
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
You look good in that studded leather armor. Yes. Should be a model.
Oh, I don't think my hair would go over well with that, but thanks.
Yeah, well. Anything else?
No, I think that's everything.
Okay.
I just wanted to tell you.
Well, I appreciate you letting me know that sort of stuff, but
Yeah.
we'll take care of this apocalypse, drink a bunch, and then we'll go on to the next one.
Yes. That's definitely fun.
And for the love of God, I have to keep tabs on Val and Amatrine. Can you please make sure Meow, doesn't pee on a fire spirit or something, or I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Also, Meow gave me Black Razor. I think you knew that, but
I know he did ask for the trident. He's a trident guy now.
I don't know. He gave. I think he said that Black Razor was really annoying, which I don't really. He's nice to me. He's a lot nicer than Asarak. So
listen. Let's just look. Let's just look at this here. Meow doesn't get along with Black Razor. Meow has a hard time meeting new people. His wife gave him amnesia for 3 years. I mean, what's the common variable in this equation? Him. Okay?
I'm dying right now.
I know.
So listen, I'm sure Black Razor is a fine entity sword, etc., etc. I've wanted to shoot Meow a dozen fucking times.
I think Meow likes me.
Well, good. You're a very likable person. That's why you need to keep fucking tabs on him, so he doesn't get himself and the rest of us killed.
I think I can do that.
Okay, so you
I don't know for a fact.
You both have this sort of, every day's a terrible day, sad vibe about each other, which you can bond.
Well, I mean, not every day is terrible, just most days.
Yes, most days. Okay, yeah, sure. All right. So write some fucking poetry, bond, and just keep him out of trouble.
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
All right, I do care about you. I think I've made that abundantly clear. But
yeah,
bond with him, be his friend. Someone needs to be his friend, because obviously, a sword that lives forever doesn't want to be with him.
What about his wife? Does she like him? Does she?
I mean, from what I understand,
she gave me amnesia for 3 years.
Yeah, but considering I had to pay a few extra coin after we left that tavern to do damage to beds, I'm sure they've made up.
Don't understand what you mean. That's okay.
They had sex so hard they broke a bed and I had to pay for it.
That's a bit more clear. Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad that guy can make that clear.
Yeah, I kind of wish you didn't. That's okay.
Well, you said you didn't know, so now you know.
Well, okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, just keep tabs on him. All right.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. Yes, me too.
I mean, I'm more than happy to leave him behind, but until that time comes, let's keep him right.
I don't know about that, but.
No, I would never do that. I would never leave.
Insight check.
If you want.
Yeah, insight check. Can I?
Totally inciting that. Inciting? That's funny. Advantage, is that rolling twice?
It is, and taking the higher amount, yes.
Yeah, well, there you go. I got advantage on everything apparently.
You're gonna be at 24.
Oh well. I got a 19.
Nope.
I believe you.
Yeah, no, I would never leave him behind. Absolutely not. I promise you.
Okay.
It came between him and us, and we're all going down together. Okay. Oh, boy, I think our watch is up.
Well, your watch is up. I'm not tired
Oh,
yet.
yeah. Alright, let me wake up Val Dametrine. Hey. Hey. Val.
What? What? What?
Hey, it's your turn there, Sleepy.
Alright, awesome.
And I'm going to vigorously shake Ametrine because she's a deep sleeper. Hey! Hey!
Still sleeping.
Just smack her in the ass.
Yeah, that's a way to wake someone up.
Classic.
After dark?
You hear a slight groan.
After dark.
I cast infestation on her to like, but like without the damage, just for flavor.
Bugs.
Oh my.
Ametrine!
Completely ignores it.
Ametrine, it's your watch.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. You and Bill have fun. Ugh. I'm on nap.
Alright. I'll go sit next to Val. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. How you?
Still waking up.
Yep.
Do you
It's
see?
second watches. Yeah, like that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm not usually trusted to do watches.
I think that's because Alien's also here, and so am I. So it's kind of like someone will be awake at some point.
Yeah, I'm always awake. I don't really need sleep. I mean, I do. Well, I mean, I don't. I just need to transfer like 4 hours, and then I'm fully rested.
Yeah, see, I spent most of my life asleep.
That.
Two
Yeah, that's a
extremes.
little.
So, for me, being awake carries a lot of weight, you know?
Mhm.
Like when you've been asleep for a very, very long time, and you just...
I think living carries a lot of weight.
In what way?
It's just I don't know, life. It's a lot, you know. We're fighting.
No.
Oh.
Well, like I said, I spent most of it asleep, so...
Right. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember you saying something about that. I thought you meant like at night, but you meant like days
No.
and nights for years.
I believe so, yes.
Very okay, that's fun. No, it's not. Sorry, I didn't mean it that way.
Well, I mean, it's just different, you know?
Yeah.
I used to dream with my family,
Oh,
and that's how we would connect, you know, through our singing.
is that good?
Yes, of course.
Okay, then that's great.
But here it's like, yeah, I'm not used to things being so physical.
Tell me about it.
But you know, I have you guys to help. I really appreciate you letting me tag along.
Oh, well, I mean, we don't really mind. It's well, in your Colts and Vel's friends. And, you know, now you're our friend, so.
Thank you. I can't wait to get to know you a lot better.
Yeah.
So what was everybody saying about your family?
What about them?
I don't know. But
oh, didn't you? Wait, no, that was Meow's wife. Never mind. It's not really relevant right now. I mean, it is. It's just not something I want to talk about.
Okay, we don't have
Family
to.
shit. If you see his family, try and kill them.
Oh, I mean, yeah. But don't endanger yourself.
What do they look like?
Look, we'll talk about this later.
Sorry. Well, if you have any bad dreams,
I don't. Well, I don't really dream per se. I talk to my friend every night. I guess you could say that's a dream.
Is it really
Who's your
friend?
I think he's a. Yeah. Sure.
Was that the person who wanted you to get that skull?
No, that he's not. He's my boss. He's not my friend.
Oh, what's the difference?
A boss is from my ex. Well, Val, help me out here.
A boss tells you what to do, but also like generally gives you some sort of monetary reward. Not in this case though. And a friend is just there for you, and a friend is like me, and a boss is like a less nice Colt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's pretty accurate, I'd say.
Okay. And so you have a friend that talks to you at night?
Yeah, he is an old friend, and he kind of, I guess you could say, he kind of lives in my mind.
Wait, do you still have Ellie in there?
Who? What? Me?
Or is it somebody talking about someone else?
I'm talking about someone else.
The amount of people that have lived in Alien's mind.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who like to.
Her mind is a Dungeons and Dragons Airbnb.
For real. No,
Yeah.
she's an old friend. He likes to insult me, but I kind of deserve it, so I don't mind.
The other thing about Alien is he has low self-esteem.
What's self-esteem?
It's where you believe in yourself and have a positive view on yourself, but when you have low self-esteem, you have a negative view of yourself.
Colt has a lot of self-esteem.
Yeah, Colt has what's called ego. Extreme self-esteem.
Misplaced.
Yeah, I could see that. Why do you have low self-esteem? You seem like
That's not
such a
something you
lovely
ask someone.
person.
I wouldn't say I have a low
Is
self-esteem.
it not? I'm sorry. Did I insult people?
No, it's
Did I
just that
insult
like normally people don't be like, I have low self-esteem, because they just think that that's their perspective of themselves, and so they just like think that's normal. So basically, it's like an illness of the mind, and we have to cure Alien.
I don't necessarily have low self-esteem. I just think that I kind of deserve what happened to me.
See? She thinks it's normal. He thinks it's normal.
I mean, I did kind of get him killed, so I think a couple insults are okay.
Well, I think you're a wonderful person.
Oh, thank you. I think, yeah, no, that's great.
Yes. I've come across quite a few different types of people in my travels. Some very lovely and kind and generous, and others not so much. And I genuinely hope that we can become friends.
I consider you already my friend.
Oh.
But
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, I'm so happy.
I don't have
Thank you.
I only, you guys are the only people I hang out with.
A knockout is a fight ending. Winning criterion in several full contact combat.
Is that meow?
No, that's Alexa. Alexa, stop!
Full contact combat.
Oh my
Wait,
Wow.
to interrupt a beautiful
Beautiful moment. Brought to you by Alexa. Alexa, ruining everything since 2010.
Hey Alexa, play Skyrim.
Oh.
Don't get
Alexa,
demonetized. Don't get demonetized.
Alexa, stop. Now my Alexa's talking shit.
Oh my
We were
God.
just having a
taking
very
over.
beautiful moment.
Also, for the record, we're not monetized.
Sorry.
Welcome
I'm
to Jeff
sorry,
Bezos' favorite podcast, everyone.
Does Alexa have a character sheet?
He was listening to us up in space.
So Warforge, Artificer.
All right. So
Forged Artificer.
I think here, overnight during the watch would be a good time for first
Yeah.
break.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
I mean, let's.
Brought to you by.
Oh, that was fun.
I mean, let's we want to get through Meow and Radagast's watch.
Are we all?
I mean,
Are we all
Yeah.
gonna have conversations
Yeah.
as we go? You're more than welcome to. I'm just gauging it.
Radagast,
Your mic is
Y'all
cutting
hear
like.
me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
What's up?
are you two? Are you and Meow having a conversation during watch, or not?
Whenever a watch comes up, yeah. I thought it was. I didn't want to interrupt. I just
Oh no,
happened,
I was saying,
sure, yeah.
should we take our break after your third watch as opposed to right now?
Whenever it feels natural. If we want to go to break now.
Well, Alexa did just interrupt us.
Oh,
Maybe
that's-
we
okay.
should.
Sorry.
No, you're all right.
It's not your fault. It was funny.
We need to go.
Yeah.
We need to go beat up Alexa real quick.
Yeah. All right.
Uninst-
Then we'll be back after this short message brought to you by no one yet. Let us know if you want to sponsor.
Monster.
And we're back. And we have a new
Hey.
follow.
I
Starflare
recognize that
9993.
name.
Good timing.
Thank you, Star. You'll have to let me know how things are down under. All right. So I believe that we were finishing up second watch before we moved into third watch.
Yeah,
I think
I believe so.
I think by now Amatrine is totally braiding Elian's hair.
Oh my goodness.
We do have one quick question coming from chat. How long is Meow's coat, and is that a scarf or jacket underneath?
Like
That is
the
a great question.
like the
I love that question.
the pixel.
Are you talking about in the top right
Your
on the
actual-
screen?
This is the person who's drawing the fan art. They want
Ah.
detail.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that question. That's a really good one. So it's like he always wants to be combat ready, right? But he also wants to be nature protected. So he's very. It's a very practical coat to where it's not going to go over his kneecaps. So it's kind of like, I would say, slightly a little bit less than halfway up his thigh. It would be the cutoff point. But it's still pretty long to help protect him from the weathers, and also hide his weapons if need be, but not so long to where it would limit his ability to move. Great question. I really like that.
All right.
There you have it.
Sorry to derail you once more.
First
that's perfect.
Alexa, and now this. No, I'm just kidding.
Come on.
Um,
So did we change hands?
Pretty much.
Okay. Meow's
Elian
gonna.
went to bed. He woke you guys up, and now he's gone to bed, or he's in his trance.
Perfect. Meow's gonna get up and stretch a little bit, walk over to Radagast. Hey, Radagast.
Wakes up immediately. Yeah. What's up?
Meow kind of unsheathes his new trident. Says, "I got this new toy. I want to kind of try it out. You want to spar with me while we go on our shift?"
Oh, did you just call me a toy?
Oh boy.
Meow can never win with these things.
Oh boy.
Meow just chooses not to respond.
Yeah, that tracks.
I'm gonna pick up the stick that I found. I go, yeah, I found this really cool stick.
I would just say, yeah, great, yeah, come on. So we find a place that gives us enough space to have a sparring session.
Excellent.
Yeah, that doesn't really require any like meaningful dialogue at this point. We're just gonna fight.
Okay.
So we even need to roll it out. Meow's not gonna actually hit him if he gets to that point. It's just kind of a friendly sparring. Unless Radagast wants to attack Meow for almost killing a sentient tree, I leave that to Radagast to decide.
Radagast has like one hand behind his back and a fist and his stick out. He goes, "You want a sparring contest, eh?"
Yeah, that's what I said.
He's gonna like slap like your ass with a stick. Let's get on with it.
Right. Yeah, it's just like, Meow's internally wondering if Radagast actually knows what the word sparring means. He's a little unsure if he wants to do this now. But goes through with it anyway.
You beat up a blind girl. What's this to you? Jesus.
A very combat capable blind girl. She just rolled very poorly, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's canon. It's canonized. Alright, that's all I got. Look, take it away.
Okay.
DM.
On the changing of the guard from 3rd watch to 4th, the moon up in the sky has taken on a slight, almost orangey red kind of tint.
Would this be something that passive perception would...
Yeah, that's why I'm explaining it.
Okay, got it. Okay. Would this be out of the norm?
Well,
Like,
I mean,
substantially out of the
possibly
norm?
not. You
For
know,
someone
could
who's
be
been
any
to, like,
sort of
multiple dimensions?
normal phenomena, but, you know.
Being more in tune with nature than Meow would just kind of ask Radagast what his opinion of that is.
Dropping my stick and awing at the red moon with my 18 passive wisdom. What does that mean? Almighty DM.
In nature, the phenomena is known as a blood moon.
Yes.
Typically created by it's basically a form of lunar eclipse. That would be what would cause something like this normally.
I'm gonna explain and be like, after I win the sparring, obviously, I'll tell him that.
Obviously.
No. I'll just drop my stick, and I'll be like, oh, a rare moon cycle. Come here, Meow, come here. And he puts his arm around you, and he points up to the moon, while it's shining red, or like a light tint red.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna kind of explain to you all the moon cycles and how this one's super important. I can repeat myself if need be. I know I'm lagging a little bit.
No, you got it.
Okay.
I came through fine. Meow will Meow will play along, acting interested to the best of his ability. But he does appreciate the pretty hues that it's emitting, and can't help but think to himself, man, I'd really like to smoke right now. But he doesn't say it out loud. He just thinks it would be the perfect time, as he kind of listens to Radagast go on about the moon.
Radagast, as you are talking about the moon and the importance of its phases, one other tree relatively close to your camp, we'll say it on the west side as opposed to the east where the other one came from, does come to life. No one's dagger of warning is going off because it does not intend on harming anyone. And it sort of shuffles his way over and like extends a big branchy arm down and like sort of lays it at your guys' feet.
I go, oh, this is truly magical, and I'm gonna cast speak with plants, and then I will. You know what? I'm just gonna kind of like gesture meow to also walk on the plant. To walk on the is it gesture? Like, is it on the ground for us to walk? Is that what it's doing?
Yeah, and he's nodding at you, and he's like, I do speak many languages. In fact, hello, your talks intrigue me. I did not want to interrupt, but I was going to offer a better view.
Oh my gosh, Ragas is so excited. He's like, oh my gosh, how magical. He's going to gesture meow to take a closer look at the moon, and demand that the plant raises higher.
Before he gets on, Meow's gonna say, I just want to be very clear. I had no idea you guys were alive. I am very sorry. Before I get into this,
he says in a large, booming voice, just, only you can prevent deforestation and forest fires and all things relating to the destruction of nature. Remember, the trees are watching.
On that note, Meow will handily leave his rucksack full of his tools that include the hammer and crowbar, and say, well, shit, you only live once, YOLO, and he'll hop on the hand.
Sort of raises you guys up as high as he can. I'd say you guys are about a good 15, 20 feet off the ground at this point, and then he just sort of stands still, being a normal tree again, as you guys can go about your time there, admiring the moon.
Yeah, so I'm gonna like kind of cast Thor Whip to make a swing around this arm branch, and me and him are just gonna be in the same swing, looking, and my arms around him, and I'm gonna kind of like start moving my legs back and forth to start the swing back and forth as we're looking at this moon. You know, just kind of getting, you know, it's just kind of fun. You know, swing's kind of fun.
What I have in my head is
my best friend.
You've got that in one hand, and you've got Meow like your Spider-Man swinging with Mary Jane, and you're just sort of like,
it's under our butts a little bit. Like it's like a full swing, like under our butts, and I'm hanging on to one end.
Very romantic.
Just watch for the thorns.
I can only imagine Meow as being very unenthusiastic about the whole situation. It's just swinging back and forth, stone cold, Steve Austin style, no expression.
Radagast is very impressed that you dropped your sack of weapons, and so he's just kind of trying to show you how nature is and how it can provide, in the sense of you don't need anything, just a nice gaze at the moon to appreciate it while standing on a tree that can obviously squish your entire essence with one foul move.
Meow really wants to smoke right now. The urge is really fighting him pretty bad. And on that note, that's all I've got.
All right.
That's a great watch right there.
Able to...
We need some fan art for that one. That's beautiful.
For sure. Meow and Radagast sitting in a tree. I wanted to finish that rhyme, but I'm not gonna. So, Your watches go by without a hitch, as there is no traffic coming and going from your section of the island. And you awaken the next day, still inside the invisible bubble, should you wish to be. And all's well. Those of you that are just waking up notice that a tree has moved, to your camp facing the road where it wasn't before. So that might be a little unsettling, but other than that, things are how you left them.
I'm imagining me and Radagast just fell asleep together on the swing.
But who is in whose arms?
You fell asleep, but I have to keep. I feel like I have to hang on to the other side of the swing. I'm just swinging us along while you're sleeping, like rockabye baby.
One of us has to be responsible here.
Well, that's not the most disturbing thing I've seen, but it's up there. Okay. Well, Train, thanks for the magic bubble.
DM, real quick, because we just rested, does that get rid of my exhaustion level 1?
Yeah.
From last episode? Okay, thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Cool beans.
All right. Today, we're calling it 8 a.m., which means you cannot benefit from another long rest until, your 8-hour rest cycle would bring you back to 8 a.m. So that
But
would
what
be
about a nap? But what about a nap?
Naps are short rests. That's fine. You can take as many short rests as you can. That's what hit dice are for, ladies and gentlemen. All right. The day is yours. Do you continue southwest toward Innsmouth, or check out your surroundings and dilly-dally?
Well, I don't think we should dilly-dally. Theron wanted to check out this village, so we should probably check it out, even though he is
Al
off.
is going to spend 10 minutes telling people how to have fun. It's not just a fight to the death, and with all the dim and gloom, have fun, and give people hit points with that, hopefully.
Oh yes, murder is so much fun.
Wait, is that the inspirational speech thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is my feet? So up to 6 allies gain 16 temporary hit points. So how many of us are there now?
Well, there's six right now. Theron's off praying in the woods.
Alright, I guess then that eliminates Theron by that. So then, 16 hit points to PCs. Except for Theron. Temporary.
16 temporary?
Yep.
All right.
Ellie, you want to do your mine stuff?
Yes, I will do that. Everyone gather round in a circle, I guess.
Okay.
For effect.
What exactly are you doing?
I'm just gonna create a telepathic bond with everyone, so that we all kind of are linked.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. Wait, who's all coming? Everyone. I know everyone here, but who else? Meow's wife, are you coming? And is Matthew here? Or...
Yep.
Is Matthew, are you coming?
I think they're at least coming.
They're both here.
Yeah, they're coming at least to the outskirts.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I can do it on everyone. I have enough because it's 8 people. Okay, so this lasts an hour. I just need 10 minutes to cast this, and then we'll be good.
Oh, it only lasts an hour?
Yeah. Or maybe, should we wait until we're there?
Maybe we should wait till we get close. I thought it was an 8-hour thing. Yeah, let's wait till we get closer.
It's an hour.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense, because we have to travel a full day there, so.
Yeah, yeah, let's wait.
Okay, good thinking. All right, great.
All right. Travel to the other side of that middle hex. It'll take you the next 8 hours, but you will just cross into line. Making your way through some really nice, what would be basically the ocean highway from around California, nice scenic cliffside overlooks into the ocean. You do make your way to the top, large mesa that then heads down into a lower sort of river valley-esque area where a single river juts off from this area of the Sword Coast. I don't know if it's technically the Trackless Sea. I think it's Sea of Swords, but either way, where that sort of lets in to Mintarn proper. Just off into the distance, in the remaining light you have, roughly about 30 some odd miles out, is going to be this, just seems to be dingy, dark brown city. This just haze out on the horizon, situated right on the river.
Is that the town?
That would be the town.
There's haze over it?
It's sort of like from this distance, about 30 miles out, like it's a clear day, so you can see that far away. But just imagine looking at any city from a far distance, like, for example, an airplane. As you're looking sort of that far away, you're like,
Out of curiosity, are we doing our whole horse situation that we did coming in, or?
I assume everybody has animorphed or summoned enough steeds to make it happen.
Yes, Bruce is present.
Just double checking.
Sebastian's around.
Okay.
I am a horse.
Of course. Okay. Does anything look unnatural from this distance?
Not really. I mean, again, being 30 some odd miles out, it's really hard to tell fine details, but it just looks dirty, run down. You kind of get a Baldur's Gate vibe. You're like, eh.
All right. Well, let's
like that feeling you get when you get just on the outskirts of Chicago and you're like, eh.
Let's proceed carefully, stealthily, and see what's going on in this town then. Unless someone else has another idea, but I think this is the way to go.
So are we about to enter this town?
You are 30 miles outside of town. Any preparations you would have to do, you can go ahead and do.
How much would an hour bring us to close to town? I want to cast Pass Without Trace for the party, but I don't want to waste it. So.
Oh, let me do it because it's a racial ability for me.
Okay.
Ooh.
One less spell slot for me.
Yes.
Got 2 druids.
You guys can, at a fast pace, cover about 4 miles in an hour.
I don't know if we should be moving at a fast pace.
Moving normal will knock you down to
until
about
we're
3.
Just an hour away.
Yeah.
What's that?
I was saying we should move fast until we're like decently close, but not too close. Like, and maybe.
What's the perception penalty on fast moving?
-5. Oof. It's a passive perception.
Is moving fast being actively looking? Does that?
Well, passive perception is not only what you can see; it's what you can smell, what you can taste, what you can hear. So,
I'm
generally more focused on galloping and less on.
I'm a little uncomfortable with doing that, but if everyone feels pretty confident about doing that, I'm not going to be the person to naysay that. So, if we want to do that till we get closer, sure. Definitely do Pass Without Trace on us so that, if we don't see something, maybe someone won't see us. And get there.
Do you want me to do that now?
That lasts an hour, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, let's just start with that. In case someone has woken up before us to wait for us.
Okay, I will use my racial ability to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
All right, I guess let's get moving. Oh, question: was I able to snag that thing I sent you that private message about?
Was it the particular items from 2 sources?
You know what? I'll just send you again while we're traveling.
Yeah.
Rather than talking innuendos on a live stream.
All right. So then, if Pass Without Trace is going to last you an hour, that first hour you guys are moving fast. You can move another 4 miles closer towards the city of Innsmouth. At this time, the moon is starting to rise, and casting a nice light over just about everything. You can sort of see more lights populating around the city. And at this time, also, there is what seems to be a lighthouse. You only really know this because every so often a light passes over your direction. And then Pass Without Trace will end after an hour.
Does it look like anyone has been attempting to follow us?
Not that you can tell.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Y'all can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Discord is tripping out right now. So,
Bam, 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 bam.
gonna let it do its thing for a second. But you might lose me.
Well, I mean, shall we continue, friends?
Yeah.
Off we go.
I'm curious by the thing that's producing light. I don't know what that is.
That's a lighthouse.
Doesn't look like a house I've ever seen.
Well, it's to help ships not crash into rocks. You'll see them more commonly along and in the ocean and islands.
Sounds magical.
Ah.
Alright. So you guys gonna be continuing at a normal pace from here?
Yes.
I think that's the best. That's the wisest thing to do.
Alright. You guys are able to go for another, let's see, travel another hour. And then another 3. So, you've gone 13 miles. Yeah. You've gone about 13 miles closer. And at this point, it'd be about midnight. You would be able to benefit from another long rest, if you wish, or you can continue without resting. Considering most of your steeds are unnatural, not really exerting them, though you yourselves.
Well,
I mean, would I like how long have we been going?
So it will be about midnight as I make this call, and you guys got up at 8 in the morning and have been going about 12 hours now.
Okay, I would have used both of my wild shapes for 5 hours each.
Okay.
And then walked. I would have had to walk the last 2 miles. So that's 2 hours.
Okay.
Well, maybe we should camp for the night so we can. I don't think it's worth taking a level of exhaustion to show up there.
Yeah.
Can we get another blood moon?
There
Are
is
there any unusually
indeed.
large trees around?
No. As you guys are making your way down from the base of there, everything is very marshy around here. Like, you're entering marshland, swampland, looking like a Louisiana bayou.
How close are we to like any
Okay.
like swamp water or anything of those natures?
A pretty good clip, but you're
Okay,
starting
so-
to see more swampland vegetation. The trees are starting to get more sparse.
Okay.
It's a good place to camp.
Yeah, a little closer to the road this time, as that's a bit more solid.
Can I take 10 minutes to commune with nature?
Sure.
I just want to know if there's any predators in the area. Where the best spot, like where the driest spot, I guess, the best spot to camp is. And are there any, I guess, sentient plant life that we should be aware about?
There's a population of reptiles around. There's like some of the big predator guys. We're talking alligators, talking venomous snakes, different things of the like. As far as sentient trees and sentient plants, no. Not around here anyway.
And the best spot to camp?
Best spot to camp is sort of as close as you can get to the road. That tends to be a little drier.
All right. Just wanted to double check. Make sure we knew what was in the area.
I think
Alright.
same order makes sense, unless anybody has anything different that they want to do.
I will set up my bubble.
Nice.
Oh yeah, same order. Me and Meow, baby. Just gazing on the last shift.
I'm fine with that
Radagast
list.
Meow after dark.
I'm fine with that list. Someone else wants to talk with me in the evening.
And while you do so, I'm gonna slip off to the bathroom.
Sure
Watch
thing.
one will go without a hitch. So.
Okay.
I'll
With-
hang out with you.
Okay. Sure.
If he said watch one came out of the hitch, that means he's already rolled for it. And
Yeah.
I think we're.
So, anything you
We're in
want?
for trouble.
Anything you want to talk to Colt
Or
about?
bad.
Imagery?
Did
Oh,
you
just,
guys
you know.
who set up for what watch? Or are we doing watches?
I think we're
think
doing
it
the
was
same
only-
watch. But
Okay.
we can
The
like
only-
we can remix up.
Amatrine's doing the first watch with Colt, I think.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll stay up for the second half of the night then.
Okay.
Up to you.
Go ahead, Imagery. Would you want to talk to Colt with anything?
Oh, nothing in particular. Just
Okay.
how are things going with like me and the group?
I think
Do you
everyone
think,
is.
like,
I think everyone has
Am I missing?
appreciated. I think everyone has appreciated your contributions. You're very, very handy to have around.
am I I said something last night to Elian that Val said I shouldn't have.
What'd you say?
I asked him why he had low self-esteem.
Oh, well, I mean, I know you're not very familiar with top world societal cues sometimes, but that could be an awkward question to ask. But Alien's a very understanding person. I don't think you should worry much about that, but,
Is there anything else I should know about this group?
let's see here. Meow is kind of dangerous to be around. He makes a lot of interesting decisions. Val likes to eat mushrooms. What's that?
Should I avoid Meow?
I mean, you could. I'm not saying you should avoid him completely. I'm just saying, if he goes charging towards something, assess the situation before you chase after him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Val? Well, we know Val.
Yeah, we know Val. Val's got her quirks. Alien's alien. Alien's a very fine fella. We're very, very fond of him. Radagast, well, you two are druids, so you two have your druid things. So, I'm sure you'll be able to figure each other out.
Weird.
So. But, no, I mean, other than that, and Theron is a paladin. You know how I feel about paladins, so. But he's...
And that's it?
That's about it that I'm aware of. I can't think of anything too terrible. I mean, we used to have Thane in the group, and he was... I wasn't a fan of him. His. Made a lot of poor decisions.
He's the one that takes over Mintarn, right?
Well, we'll see if that happens. It's a very dangerous island. Things do happen here.
Right. But, someone said something about Elian's parents, and Elian didn't really want to talk about it, and I don't really understand.
Oh, they're terrible people. One of them's dead,
Okay.
and the other one will be dead eventually.
Okay.
Yeah,
they did say that I should run away if I saw it, but I
yes,
don't know.
Do not approach them at all. They're immensely dangerous people.
Well, if I see them, I will. I'm not sure what they look like, but I will try to keep an eye out for anyone who looks like trouble.
Come get me so I can murder him.
Yes, if I see someone I definitely don't know what they look like, I will tell you.
Boom, got it. Good. That's a good plan. That's a fantastic plan.
Oh, these Mind Flayers will be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be lots of fun. So much fun. Can't wait. Be careful.
Yes, of course. I spent a lot of time down in the Underdark. I know what a Mind Flayer does.
Perfect. So, even better for you to be here.
All right.
Should we wake up Vel and Alien?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to wake them up? You seem like you really want to.
I mean, it's not... Usually people are the ones who wake me up.
Yeah, so have at it. Enjoy yourself.
I want to wake them up. But I want to use... I don't know if Druidcraft can, or Old Earth or whatever can create, a harmless ground shake. But essentially that's what I want to do, is create, a mini earthquake under Elian and Val.
Alright.
It's time to wake up.
Elion was just in his trance, so he just opens his eyes. He's instantly awake.
Oh, yeah, Vel wakes up fairly quickly, fairly easily.
The ground is vaguely shaking beneath you. It kind of feels like a vibrating chair. Good morning, or I guess good evening. I don't know what time it is.
It's still nighttime.
Oh,
Early
good morning.
morning. Yeah, that works.
Have a lovely watch.
Yes, thanks. You have nice sleep.
Thank you.
Colt's already sleeping.
Of course he is.
And while you are sleeping, Amatrine, you sleep, right? Or do you trance? I'm pretty sure Ganassi sleep, yeah?
Oh, I pass out, right.
Alright. The both of you. A large, dark, deep red moon rises over the waters. The seas begin to just swell and swirl, and this large, almost whirlpool type action begins swirling in the water before this object comes rising up out of the ocean, creating circular crests of water that are falling, looking monolithic and black, obscure and strange looking structure. The words Relia, Cthulhu, Flatagan.
What?
are being chanted over and over on top of this.
Jeez. What?
Watch 2. What you doing?
Sorry, is this a dream or is this actually happening?
That's a dream.
Oh,
Okay.
that we both have?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
No, you both went
Wait,
to sleep.
Does everyone have it, or is it just a for the people that
Those
are
two
watching?
for now.
Okay.
We're gonna refer
Alright,
to
watch
this
2.
as the Relia dream,
Relia dream.
and it's spelled R apostrophe Lyeh.
I'll take some notes. 18 notes. Valerian, you're up.
Watch 2, a sort of nice auburny red moon, not entirely too bright, hangs over you guys as you enjoy your surroundings.
Careful,
A little
guys.
bit
Our fallen
more
enemies are coming back
mosquitoes.
stronger. I just made a. There's a Zelda
Breath of the
reference.
Wild joke, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything going on with y'all?
Just chilling. How is your watch, Val?
I mean, it's going good so far.
Oh yeah, that's right. You just woke up too. Yeah, I meant yeah. I have nothing else.
All right. Then, are you guys going back to bed, or are you guys just laying there awake? I know you're trancing. Belle, do you fall back asleep after you wake up the next shift?
I'll stay. I'm staying awake for the rest of the night, so I'm good because I
And
did
for
already
you?
have the night.
Yeah, I am going back to sleep.
All right. You two are gonna have the Relia dream, except rather than this monolithic structure breaching out of the ocean, your dream takes place far below the ocean waves until everything illuminating is this sickly green, almost weird eldritch kind of sea lamp. And these are dotted everywhere around this monolithic structure. It's just a large citadel, essentially, with these weird hieroglyphs that are both grotesque and horrifying, almost as if they are interesting. Tall statues that are frighteningly tall, if they are to scale, of these weird tentacle-faced creatures. Your view is specifically focused on one part just outside the gate to this citadel, where there seems to be like a multi-tiered circular ritual space, shall we say. And there are some hooded individuals that are sort of around chanting at this. And the innermost portion of this circular ritual space begins to like sort of blot over like a dark black ink blot from a squid. And as their chanting grows louder, that same Relia Cthulhu Flatagan rings out. There is just a large bell sound, and these writhing tentacles are gonna come up out of that ritual space. Third watch, how we doing?
I'm still awake, right? Yeah, so I didn't see that.
Correct.
Okay, making sure.
I
guessing-
mean, how are we woken?
I'll wake you guys up. It's
I
you and Radagast,
assume.
right?
Yeah, me and Radagast. I assume Meow was just snoring very loudly, so he'll just kind of. Hey, hi.
Hi. It's our turn, and I'm gonna wake Radagast up to watch.
Yeah. Clears his throat and kind of gets himself up.
What were you dreaming about?
I'll tell you when you're older.
I
Yeah,
I
that's
changed,
Elliot
I
on the
changed
shoulder
my
and just
mind.
walks away.
I think I'm old enough, but I don't really want I don't want to know anymore.
Goodness.
I guess we up excitedly. He's wondering if it's still a blood moon.
Yes.
Oh,
Looks a little bit more red from the previous night.
He's gonna run up to Meow and be like, "It's a blood moon again."
Yeah, Meow doesn't want anybody else to know, so he kind of just doesn't respond now that Elliot's awake. Just kind of is like, yeah.
Elian, can you make me a perception check? Or rather, no,
Yeah.
let's make that insight.
Got it. Insight. Where is insight? There it is. All right. And hold on, I get to roll again. Ugh, 21.
There's some genuine, like, strange energy coming from the Meow Radagast camp.
Strange energy from Meow and Radagast?
Yeah. Like, it seems like they've got this kind of, like, newfound, like, camaraderie. They seem a little bit more comfortable around each other.
Is Careless Whisper playing in the background?
No?
No, I'm never gonna dance again.
What?
Cthulhu's feet have got no ring.
Did somebody order a sexy saxman saxogram? Hello?
Oh.
I want to fight that as a boss.
Careful
Are you
what you
and
wish.
Meow, Radagast and Meow friends now? Or, I mean, I guess you weren't really not friends before, but you guys seem different.
Meow, just...
Were you dreaming about Radagast?
His plum purplish skin. So soft.
Meow, it cannot even right now and just walks past both of them and just goes and just stands in the functional equivalent of this swampland's corner of the room and just stares at the wall.
Oh,
does not want to be
Radagast's
any
like,
part
no,
of
no,
this.
no.
You're counting the mosquitoes and the dragonflies.
Radagast's like, no, no, no. We're on watch now together, okay? Is there a tree nearby?
Is there, I mean, yes, relatively.
He's gonna like finger him over with like a
Finger
finger
him
that's,
over?
Like,
What?
Come here. Come here. Back him over
Yeah.
with the finger.
Yeah, does not like this at all.
This really took a turn.
Oh my gosh.
So Meow does not respond.
Mm.
And in fact, it's going to
instead of, like-
shoot Radagast an intimidating glare. I'm going to roll an intimidation check. It's an 8. Probably not very intimidating.
Nailed it. Nailed
It's
it.
one of those, like...
I'm sure Radagast could read the room.
With a persuasion check almost, he's gonna be like, I just want to tell you about the blood moon.
What
The
blood
waxing
moon?
and the waning.
This is some intense PvP here.
He's throwing up the thorn whip again to create a swing on the tree.
This is like a really bad hookup that won't go away. And now it's getting into your friend group and everyone's hearing about it. And you just can't bury it deep enough.
And as you're like just signing, he's like, this blood moon occurs during a total lunar eclipse. During a total lunar eclipse, the Earth lines up between the moon and the sun. Isn't that exciting? That's exciting,
Right.
right? Come here.
Sounds
Alright, Meow's gonna roll
Are you sitting down on
a
the swing,
D4.
Radagast?
Oh yeah, I'm in my own swing
Is there enough room for 2 other people?
with my
Meow's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
roll a D4. If he rolls evens, he's going to just give up and join. If he rolls odds, he's going to remain resolute. Let's find out.
Is there room
There's
for
enough
Elion
room.
too? If all
That is
three
a
of them are
1. Meow is sticking to his guns, and he's going to sit in his effective corner of the room, pouting and not giving in.
Yeah,
All right, I'm going to join Radagast on the swing.
these mind flayers don't stand a chance.
Welcome back to Radagast's Swing, where we
So if
talk
you-
about all things nature.
That's pretty
So
neat.
Radagast
it.
will start like, he's gonna put his feet forward and put his feet back. You know how you start a swing, right? You know,
Yeah, yeah,
feet
yeah.
forward. Yeah, he's gonna be like, Earth lines up between the moon and the sun. This hides the moon from the sunlight, obviously. When this happens, the only light that reaches the moon's surface is from the edges of the Earth's atmosphere. The air molecules from the Earth's atmosphere scatter out the most of the blue light, obviously. The remaining light reflects onto the moon's surface of the red glow, blood moon, making the moon appear red in the night sky. Isn't that fascinating?
Elion is awestruck. He's so interested in what Radagast has to say. He's like, you're his like new favorite like person ever right now in this moment. He's like, so that's so interesting. Tell me, is there more stuff about nature and like Earth and stuff like that, and like the sky and stuff?
Glad Colt's sleeping
Yes,
through
there
this.
is. Now,
Can you
the blood
tell me
moon is
more?
also sometimes used for the moon. Yeah. It's the moon. It appears reddish because of the dust, smoke, or haze in the sky. It become like during the full moons of autumn, when the leaves are turning red. Like this is what happens. It
How does
happens during this
dust
time.
get all the way in the sky?
I don't know, but it's magical, isn't it? And I'm gonna
It-
like
yeah.
swing is like halfway. We're like I feel like we're pretty like swing like at the half point of the tree and up. Like we're feeling it.
He is this is like the best moment of his life. Here, I posted in when Patrick's looking at that ice cream in
Oh my god.
that's him right now.
Gosh.
Well, this is slowly becoming my favorite segment of any sort of rest. Very nice.
Nature with Radagast.
Nature with Radagast.
He's so excited to tell you everything about.
He's so
the
excited to
blood moon.
listen. He's like, he loves this. He's taking down notes.
We have our Sure Shot acquisitions commercials. We now need a segment of Nature with Radagast.
Nature
He's
facts with
David
Radagast.
Attenborough.
That rhymes. Nature facts with Radagast.
Fake
Yes.
fake podcast,
You're welcome.
fake Dungeons and Dragons podcast of Radagast commercials.
Oh man, it's layers within layers. I love it. All right, so your third watch goes without a hitch as you explain all of the great phenomena, and Radagast, you can have inspiration.
Look at you go.
Excellent.
Okay,
Feeling so inspirational right now.
inspirational indeed.
I love it.
All right. When you both go back to bed, or at least when Meow goes back to bed, Meow, the entire night, you feel like you're drowning. Fun feeling. That same chanting going on about Relia, Cthulhu, Flatagan, chanting as you're drowning. It's fun.
Sidebar.
Yeah.
Do I have gills now?
What?
With
I-
Wave?
I'm pretty sure Wave does that, doesn't it?
I don't remember. I just remember us maybe like talking about that for like half a second. So that makes this even weirder. If that's the case.
I think
Let's see.
you definitely can breathe underwater.
Well, let's see.
'Cause I remember Thing sticking his head into a river and talking a crab, saying, "Sorry, we have to eat you," and then stabbing it with a like doing it in a very roundabout way that wasn't that efficient.
Classic.
It confers the benefit of a cap of water breathing,
Okay, so if its skills are
which
not,
allows you to
role play.
create a bubble of air around your head.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So at any point, you can just create an air bubble around your head.
Can I do that in my dream?
Sure. Doesn't change how unsettling it is.
Yeah, 1 Cthulhu 0. Coming at me.
I'm sure there'll be no consequences to that.
Okay. And that will conclude watches, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
I imagine Meow wakes up gasping for air.
Yes. Each of you sort of disturbed from your dreams, if you had them.
Eliana's just like, are you all okay? What?
I had a very bad dream.
Yeah, so did I. It was a little weird.
Well, I'm glad I didn't sleep then.
Anyone else dream about something weird with some chanting?
Oh yeah, now that you mention it.
Ah, God damn it! More of this dream bullshit.
See, there was something about the ocean and this large monolith rising from the depths.
Oh boy.
Yeah, there were definitely people chanting and saying things like Cult of Dagon, something like that, in a ritual space. And then there's like these tentacles coming out of a ritual space, and I'm just like explaining absolutely everything to Colt.
Generally not a good thing.
I was drowning.
Oh. All right.
Anna just sort of looks over your way and is like, "You were?"
Yeah.
Looks like you win.
I guess maybe there was some chanting. I don't know. I was too focused on not drowning for 8 hours.
Oh my god. Are you okay, Meow?
I mean, this is standard fare dreams for me. I mean, this is nothing too bad.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I'm there with you.
Yeah, I guess Elliot a high five.
All right.
Solidarity.
That probably means something. Probably means we're getting close to something. And perhaps that something knows we're coming. So perhaps we should be extra careful today. Great. Glad we're all on the same page.
Yes. How do you suggest we be extra careful?
Let's not move along that quickly. Let's be aware of our surroundings. And if you see anything with a squid-looking head, probably not a friend.
Did we want to ask our friend in the rock any questions?
I don't really want to deal with that guy at the moment. I think he's
What
told
about
us.
your other friend What about your other friend in your rock?
What about Victor?
Victor. That's a good point. Hey, Victor.
Hey,
Sort
Google.
of blue beam shoots out of your pocket.
Well, hey there, handsome. How's it going?
Good. I hope you have. I'll keep you in my little pocket here so you can view and watch everything.
Yeah, as well as I can.
He sort of props himself up on a nice little holographic armchair with a little footstool, a nice little ottoman.
So, I'm sure you're up to speed. There's a possible mind flare infestation.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad rap.
Yep, pretty bad. Any suggestions about approaching this town? Is it something we should look for that would really like, oh, this is a mind flare infestation? Obviously, if we see them, obviously, but like behavior.
Generally, mind flares are a hive mind kind of thing where they all report to an elder brain.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess I would look out for really anywhere that's secluded, that people are constantly bringing things to and from.
Mm-hmm.
Would the mind flayers be under the water?
Well, I mean, I suppose they could be, but as far as I know, they have no need for that.
We all had very weird dreams last night.
Well, dreams can be both normal, nightmarish, just machinations of your mind, but they could also be omens.
Weirdly similar prophecies.
Yeah. So
What do you
let's
know
hear it.
about what do you know about the weird chanting? What were they chanting again? I forget. Anybody?
Something Cthulhu.
They were chanting Grelia Cthulhu Flissagen, I think. I'm possibly pronouncing it slightly wrong.
Nice inspiration for you there. And yes. Victor sort of...
Well, I'm unfamiliar with most of those words there, but the Cthulhu, that's some sort of great old one, an entity from long, long ago in the past. Supposedly he's an eternal sleeper. He's a very sleepy guy. Should he ever awake,
I can relate.
Well, in that same regard with the chaos you bring, Cthulhu would turn everyone mad, destroy the world. I mean, everyone's gonna destroy the world. Everyone thinks they're going to do that. That's par for the course. But I mean, the key takeaway here is they call them dead gods for a reason. I mean, surely that's not real.
I mean, are there any old ones that just like, oh, I shall awake and have the best bed and breakfast along the Sword Coast? Or is like all of them are like fire and death and shit?
I mean, as far as I've ever seen, it's just stories.
Okay.
Though, every now and then, you do run across a couple warlocks who swear up and down they've seen Cthulhu. But they're also batshit crazy, so you can't really trust them.
He looks over towards Radagast.
Sorry. I mean that in the nicest way.
Like, his mouth is just kind of like, How dare you?
Yeah, I was gonna kind of scratch his head as he's thinking.
Can you lean in a little bit more? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me better?
There you go. That's better.
All right. Hello. Hey, so Meow's gonna kind of scratch his head, and ask Victor, this Cthulhu thing. You know, it sounds like all of our dreams had something to do loosely with water. I mean, I was literally drowning. Is this Cthulhu a god of the water?
Oh, I guess classically, yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
That would make sense.
Meow's immediately going to unsheath Wave and kind of like dink at it with his finger Hey,
hey there. Ooh, careful.
Wave, was it?
That's right. Wave, sentient trident.
Wave, Victor, Wave. Oh, I guess you can't talk to him. You can only talk to me. Anyway, what do you know about Cthulhu?
Hey there, man. That's some pretty powerful words you're slinging around there. And that's an entity that, you know, should just stay forgotten, buried. That kind of stuff will make him mad, and I mean that in a mental sense.
Well, you'd given me the option to worship a god of the sea. Is he one of those options?
Ah, you know,
Wow.
I mean, boy, I did say that, didn't I? Well, I mean, restrictions being what they are, and me being only a trident, I can only advise that you would not bargain with, you know, an eldritch power like that. But
Yeah, I think you
yes,
should do it.
yes, I
You hear a voice in your head?
suppose
No, I'm just kidding.
he would count.
What can you tell me about him without risking your own safety, since you seem a little bit concerned?
Well, you know, I've kind of got this pet theory that perhaps I was actually made to destroy gods of the sea and not worship them. But you know, I'm not into the god killing thing. I'm more into the sailing and the tidal waves and, you know, just general water fun.
General water fun.
So what you're saying is you're made to destroy gods of the sea.
Oh,
You don't want to
hey now, no one said that. I
Let me...
just said I fear such a thing.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay. So it sounds like you're not going to be able to tell me much about this Cthulhu person.
Well, I've never met them in person, though, you know, I also don't really get out much.
All right, well...
I must confess that most times I'm found by an adventuring party. They keep me in their bag of holding or pawn me off to some store. And I'm not a very learned weapon by any means. But boy, do I love the water.
Is the sea bitch available?
Any sea god you name. Wait, available how?
Let's say I wanted to talk.
What are you thinking? Meow, you say. Oh, I mean, you know, I guess rent a boat and, you know, just be on the water.
So you couldn't conference her in, is what you're saying.
Call her in.
You know, I don't really have the capability for sending or any sort of divine intervention. You know, I'm more of a sideline cheerleader kind of vibe.
Huh. All right, I'm starting to see why they kept you in the bag all these years. All right, anyway, thanks, Wade. It's been great.
Now, you do know that I did once get the attention of said sea bitch. So it's possible.
Oh, that is true. Oh, and upon hearing Vel say that, I'm assuming that you said that out loud. By the way, Vel, Wave said for me to tell you no hard feelings. I don't know what that means, but...
Oh, sweet. Yeah, he's cool. We're cool.
Okay,
He's
cool.
a nice tiefling.
Like, I'm not a weapons person, but if I was gonna have a weapon, Wave is awesome.
Cool. I'm assuming you heard that, Wave.
Yes.
All right,
And
cool.
should you ever fall in battle, why, she would be an excellent second choice.
All right. I'm glad to know where your loyalties lie. Anyway, thanks, Wave. It's been great chatting with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna just
Yep,
mid-sentence just puts
I'll
back
be
on his
here.
back.
And it gets cut off. All right.
Meow will just communicate to the party. Well, sorry guys, I had hoped to get some information out of that one, but unfortunately got nothing. So, as you were.
Val's gonna say, wait, so you're trying to contact a sea god to ask about Cthulhu?
I mean, it seemed like the most reasonable course of action.
Why don't we just ask a god and see, like, Val clasps her hand together. Dear sea bitch, can you tell us anything about Cthulhu so we can kill him for you?
Can we
Thanks.
can we both hold each other's hands like we're doing a joint prayer?
Colt, what are they
I
doing?
just would like to remind everyone that this is a terrible idea considering I pissed her the fuck off last time I talked to her.
Oh, was that the god last time?
Yeah!
Oh no.
The only sea god that I know of.
Oh no.
So I'm just like, and I'm also calling her sea bitch, which I know is like reasonable, but like, Belle inside is like, shit, what was her actual name?
Really?
That's it.
Yeah,
Sea
like
bitch.
Umberly the sea bitch. If you could please help us defeat Cthulhu, that would be amazing. Thanks.
I mean, I feel like do we know if the Mind Flayers and Cthulhu are even like connected?
Well, that's what we're
You have
trying to
no
find
idea?
out.
Okay, so we're just tacking on apocalypses to take 2 for 1. We'll just take care of these 2 things at this one village.
Yeah, basically we're asking her for information on, just praying up and being like, neither of us are religious or worship you, but could you help us?
Will the Longshots figure out if they've got a 2-for-1 apocalypse coupon? Find out after this break.
We'll be right back. And we are back.
Hey. So we just went through some of our Twitch clips, and we've got one of Colt talking about locking people up in his basement. So
With like no other commentary, like it's just my voice, like I'm talking to nothingness.
And it sounds like waving hands around like
Yeah.
a Frenchie.
Yeah, that's some high quality.
You know I talk with my hands.
high fantasy adventure there.
I like to think that only French people talk with their hands, even though I know that's not true. But
Italian
it's something
people
that I
also
could
do.
say that.
I feel like that's definitely an
Yeah,
Italian
yeah.
thing too.
Yeah, there you go. I'd like to think that I'm special, so.
Forget about it. Huh?
Very
What
multicultural.
are you talking about over there?
Think about it, and then forget about it.
What's
a
the matter,
Forget
you?
about
Alright, so.
high fantasy Italian impressions?
Actually, that's racist against Italians.
Shut your
I like-
mouth.
Last time we left
saying
on
when people do,
hoagies
like,
and
British
grinders.
accents and like Australian accents and stuff. I like going like,
Extra
actually, that's racist against
pepperoni.
British people. That's racist against Australian people, and I just say it as a joke. It's not actually like. I'm not funny.
Actually.
I'm not funny. Actually, I'm not really funny, but I'd like to think I am.
You guys were on
I
your
mean,
way
you
to
were very
Innsmouth to
funny.
try to find the nice hoagie shop.
Yes, we're going.
I'm losing my sanity.
You will.
Oh no, I accidentally closed the Twitch.
So,
Oh shit, Twitch.
are we moving at a fast pace? Are we moving at a normal pace?
Oh, normal. Carefully normal.
Okay. A few hours, 17 miles worth to be exact. We'll say, we'll cut it off around 4.
Black.
About 4 hours until you finally reach the gates just outside the city of Innsmouth.
Can we have said that Elian put up his telepathic who's it's right before we got there?
And I put up my pass without trace.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right.
I did another
So
inspiring
we're outside of
speech every
we're
morning.
outside of a door. Oops.
The roads here, and what does your inspiring speech consist of? I always love knowing.
Uh,
Speech, 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 speech.
I never am prepared for this. When I should always be prepared. I'm just gonna say, guys, so we're clearly all very synced up as a team. We're all even having the same dreams. We are a well-oiled machine. We got this. And yeah, let's just not piss off any more gods. Maybe I shouldn't talk to any more and try and get them for help because that does happen. But I think we've got this anyway. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I can't think of anything else to say right now.
You did good. All right. You are entering in the northwest portion. The town itself has got some really nicely done sort of cobblestone roads, but bits of grass and weeds are starting to run through. It's not very well kept up on. The town itself is sort of just smells fishy. Like very distinct fish smell. And as you're sort of heading down the main road, and you have really 4 roads to choose from, that map being accurate. I placed your token where you guys are, and you can turn off on either of these as you sort of head in. I don't know where your intended destination is around town, but you know, there's your map.
Well, I've never been here before. So perhaps we should. I have no fucking clue. Find a tavern, talk to some people. Victor said, if we see people kind of all congregating, bringing things to a location, that's probably something worth checking out.
Yeah, I'm good.
What about like a town square, or a marketplace?
Those are usually, generally speaking, taverns close to the point of commerce. So, yeah. Why will we follow this road down until on the outskirts here? So basically, he's going to point down towards Dock Street and then take that towards the center of town. And I guess there's no one on this road with us, right? No one. We haven't passed.
Not this one currently.
Okay. Do we see anyone? Any traffic in any? Let me say traffic. I mean, folks walking around in the distance, wagons and the such.
Absolutely. Over to the east here in the main part of town, as you're moving by these east-west roads, the one thing that sticks out to you immediately is that most of the townsfolk are dressed in like very simple-looking garb, but it seems like they all walk with this like right foot dragging, like limping sort of gait.
They're all limping the same?
Yeah.
Colt's gonna look at that and just go,
And a few of them are like hunched over a little bit, weird.
This isn't great. All right, come on.
Meow's going to keep his hand very close to his trident.
I'm gonna tap on the shoulder of Colt and be like, "Why are they limping?"
I think the better question is, why are they all limping?
I think I will drop Pass Without Trace so that I can cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
All right, let's go down Dock Street. Keep a watchful eye.
And I want to start seeing what I can pick up.
So let's see. You guys are getting close down to Dock Street. This row of houses here does have a few old timers out on the porch, and like one of them has like a really big right eye, left one normal size, and it's just sort of like you can feel the stares on you as you're coming through. And then let me just go over here to double check.
I was thinking of an old Adam Sandler album bit where the guy joins the cult in the very end. The nighttime is the right time. The nighttime is the right time.
Okay. Focusing your thoughts on the folks over on the porches. You can feel their disgust for your presence. They are not excited to see you. There's a very like overly skeptical and once again like disgusting vibe about their thoughts towards you.
And can I feel why?
Because you are an outsider.
An outsider to what? Just the town?
The town,
or
yeah.
Is there anything suspicious about their thoughts? Like,
other than the fact that they really don't like you, just right off rip, just don't like you. I mean, that's about as suspicious as it gets.
Okay.
What are you picking up there, Ametrine?
They don't like us.
Well, I'm fucking used to that. Should I go talk to them?
No. They don't know anything.
Okay.
I mean, you can if you want to.
Bend towards Dock Street.
I'll look for someone who's dressed a little fancier and looks a little bit more official to speak to.
Well, there is a gentleman in sort of a tan-colored, almost Dick Tracy kind of coat, who is speaking to another one of the sort of hunched townspeople just on the side of this warehouse. There's sort of like an open, large, almost porch-like receiving area where you would stack barrels and things, and he taps a pencil to a notepad, just sort of nods with him and looks over and sees you guys turning onto Dock Street, and just sort of flags you down.
I'm going to say in Celestials, because practically everyone fucking speaks Celestial in this group. Oh wait, we got telepathic bond and shit, don't we now? Yeah, I wanted to telepathically send to everyone first balls, and then followed up by watch my back. I'm gonna go talk to this guy, and then I'm gonna say, I'm gonna send telepathically a fart sound effect just to see if it works.
So you're gonna approach, and this guy doesn't look like the others.
Okay, now I'm done. Greetings! Hello there.
He's just gonna glance over to his left to make sure the hunched individual he was speaking to is moving back in towards the warehouse, and he's gonna glance back your way. Hey.
Hi.
I'm out of town, I take it.
Yes, we are here on behalf of your benevolent ruler, Tyrant Blythe.
Blythe. Well, her name's not going to garner you any praise here.
Well, it doesn't really matter. It's not about what you like, it's who has that title in. She is the tyrant. I am going to use panache on this gentleman to loosen him up a bit and to be my charming self.
Okay. And what is he rolling against you again?
His insight versus my persuasion.
Well, I can tell you that he would fail.
Yeah, it would be a 28. So, I mean, technically he's charmed, but I see that more of his. I'm seemingly very friendly. I'm seeming like, oh, okay, this guy's just a friendly guy.
All right.
Listen up a bit. So, Blythe, the tyrant, has requested we swing by here, see what's going on. She has sent a few folks down here, and they just, haven't made their way back. So, we assume this is quite the party town. So, we're just swinging by, see what's on the up and up. And what is your name, sir?
He puts the pad and paper in another hand, extends his right hand. Anderson. Tom Anderson. Nice to meet you.
Tom Anderson.
I'm a private investigator from town just across the water.
Called
called Arkham.
Okay. Colt will brush his hand off and shake his hand. Pleasure to meet a fellow person who finds mystery and curiosity and whatnot. I'm a writer, so I don't do as much heavy lifting as you do. But what's going on here?
I've been looking for a missing person.
Really?
Someone who filled in for a local grocery store from Arkham came here. No word has been heard from him in over 2 weeks.
Right.
Family got worried and paid me a large sum of gold to come find out. I've been here 2 days now, and I can tell you something. Outsiders are not welcome here.
Yeah, I see a lot of limping. Is that a thing?
They call it the Innsmouth Gate. He does air quotes. Seems at one point in time or another, most of the folks in this town like to keep things in the town, as it were.
Oh, I see. The family tree is more of just a one big old trunk.
At least that's as far as we understand it. Trying to
Okay.
apply any information out of the locals, much like anything else, is seen as suspicious. I wouldn't expect warm hospitality here.
Well, unfortunately for those we talk to, we are here on official business, so unless they want to deal with the rest of the tyrants, I mean, we're like the nicest folk too, so. Interesting. Who's in charge of this town? Is it like a mayor, a supervisor, or sort of a council of oldies?
He sort of gestures down the street a ways and is like, it's best if we keep moving while we're talking. We don't want to draw too much undue attention. But
Sure, let's talk
sort
and
of-
walk. I want to telepathically send everyone, I don't know, assume people are fairly close, but just fill them in that talking to a private investigator, person missing, this place is fucking creepy and incestuous. So cool, fart noise, keep walking.
I was gonna trail probably 5 to 10 yards behind, as much out of sight as you can.
And the folks sitting on the porches are still like giving you guys the stink eye. They're not having any of it.
I'm going to wave at everyone obnoxiously. Hello! Hello, yes. Thank you for your kind welcome. Go big or go home, that's what I always say.
Can we give the stink eye back?
Yeah, I was gonna say Meow would
You
be
sure
returning
try.
the scowl.
I think it's hilarious that everyone is giving a stink eye back except Colt, who's waving.
In my mind, I feel like Ellen's walking beside Meow, and then he sees Meow give the stink eye, and then he like wants to mimic him, and then he also gives the stink eye.
What?
I just don't notice it.
What's that?
I don't notice it. I just keep walking.
What's Vel doing?
Yeah, I think Val is copying Colt. But like exactly everything he's saying and doing, she's just mimicking him.
Well, yeah, I think it's probably best you drop pass without trace. Yeah,
I
everyone
mean,
is.
that's gone.
Everyone is.
Mhm.
Everyone is very, very grumpy here.
As you guys are crossing over the crossroads from what seems to be Adams Street, I believe, or Phillips Place, excuse me, and Docks, more townsfolk surrounding the blocks, all doing that same sort of similar shuffle, each extending long, drawn-out glances your way. Tom continues along your previous line of questioning. Seems, as far as I can tell, the town is run by a sort of inner circle of their religion, the esoteric order of Dagon, whatever that is. What knowledge I've gained can fill. He flips up 2 pages of like a small notebook, and he's like, "That's it."
I'm going to telepathically ask Amatrine if she's picking up anything off of this guy.
I
Anderson?
probably would have.
Yeah.
I probably have to cast it again because it only lasts a minute, but I can do that. I'd like to cast Detect Thoughts on him.
Okay. So he has, the first and foremost thing is like relief. He feels a huge amount of relief seeing people from out of town that aren't like weird that he can talk to. He's very concerned for your guys' well-being, and there's a little bit of hope in there that you might help crack open this case a little bit.
Okay. And if I go deeper?
Pushing even deeper.
Ooh.
It's a DC 17 Wisdom save.
You can feel a bit of uneasiness, almost borderline fear. We'll call it extreme discomfort, but there's an underlying fear there of being in this place. And he's tired.
Of us or of them?
The place, just the environment itself.
Okay. And he's tired?
Yes.
Why is he tired? Or is it just draining, like the town is draining?
Seems like the town is really draining on him.
Do we feel that drain?
I mean, it's not nice being stared at the whole time, but you guys haven't really been here that long.
Okay, I will share this. I'll share this with everybody.
And then as we're talking...
Telepathically,
I will sort of gauge everyone that this guy seems to be on the up and up. Should we tell him about the Mind Flayer issue? See if he can provide us some additional assistance here? I think it's worth the risk.
He's going to continue leading you guys down Dock Street while you're having this conversation, unless you choose to go elsewhere.
No,
I'm just moving as you're going.
Yeah.
Really quick, was Meow close enough in earshot when he mentioned the Cult of Dagon?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, you guys are all walking relatively close together, at least within 30 feet of Amateur.
Meow would then communicate to everyone. That sounds familiar. Like something we heard in that other plane of existence. Does anybody remember a Cult of Dagon? Maybe it was in a book? Can I do like a history check? Because I honestly can't remember where we would have come across that name. I think it was in the cave of the cultists where I tore off all their ears, but I want to roll a history check just to make sure.
All right.
That's a 17.
So in the cave where you guys were fighting the necromancers, Meow would recall that there was a red portal all the way in the back of that cave where the folks were talking to a entity that they referred to as Lord Dagon. Yes.
Cool. All right. Meow will let everybody know of that thing that he remembered just now for context.
Not a good sign. All right, unless someone's very much against it, I'm going to tell him why we're here.
I think you're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the wisest choice of action here.
So Colt is going to kind of do a bit of waving to the other folks, and then as he's waving one way, he's going to kind of like tilt his head down and sort of hide his half of his face with his hat and speak softly to Tom here. So we are here because we believe there's a mine fire infestation in this area. And it's bad. Have you seen anything that would perhaps lend you to connect some dots that perhaps were unconnected with that information?
He like sort of stiffens up a little bit. He's like,
flares.
Mm-hmm.
Here?
Mm-hmm.
That's disconcerting.
Yeah.
Now look, I've done quite a few cases in my time. Most things are mundane. I deal with real people who are the monsters, not actual monsters. But as far as I can tell, no, I've seen no flare activity.
Okay.
Surely no gith.
Okay. Well, there's definitely mine flares on this island. We just need to find them before things get out of hand.
he points easterly about another block to where you can see like a row of like really tall buildings. Looks like they're designed for worship. You can just barely catch the stained glass window of sort of like these like almost beautiful oceans, and a sort of like large red sun emblazoned on the side of one of them. And he's like, "That there, that's the Order of Dagon's compound."
How many people are in there?
At least a dozen on the council itself, followed by all of their other folks, and not to mention the entire town is of this religion, so do be careful with what you say.
Fair enough.
He points northward all the way up the street to where you can see a large sort of what seems to be a U-shaped bunkhouse. That there's the town's sort of hostel. It will do. They may not be fond of outsiders, but they have to trade somehow.
There's no like other tavern. Just that hostel.
None that we're allowed at.
Ugh, God. What a shitty town. Okay.
He's like, I've got some more business, a little bit more poking around to do.
Okay. Well,
Like to see around some of the fish packing plants and maybe around that way. So
if you see anything
my
that's
boy
if
was,
you see anything that's a little out of sorts, come get us.
of course. I am also staying there, so perhaps we will discuss our findings later in the evening.
Very well. Nice to meet you, Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Taylor, it's been a pleasure.
Hat tip.
Sort of tips his hat, puts it down on his head a little bit more, flips his collar up, and begins sort of heading out. There's a light bit of fog rolling in. Still daytime. It's not getting too overcast, but it's doing this weird effect where, you know, the light from the sun is being scattered and you can like sort of see the rays through. And as you look north towards the hostel that he points to, you know, just the sun rays casting a good enough weird angle of light on a lot of the townsfolk where you can sort of see their skin color is almost like dolphin gray.
Is this a condition or something I've read about? Is anything...
This seems to be really, really unique. I mean, although from what you've heard from Mr. Anderson, this could very well just be a severe case of town widespread inbreeding.
I'm going to whisper to Victor and like, hey man, you poked around here. Does this look like shit here, right? Is this like, I've seen a lot of incestuous abandoned villages, but is this like regular inbreeding stuff, or is this like some bad fucking mojo we got going on here?
Look, man, this whole place is giving me the creeps.
Yeah, I mean, Blythe has sent several expeditions here. We have not seen anything on the road indicating any sort of battle or something. There's no scraps, there's no equipment. It's like a clear road between here and there. They had to have gone somewhere. Fuck. I'm gonna ask everyone, so we're going to this place, are we gonna be like... Are we just gonna like lay everything out and see what happens, or do we want to be casual about it?
Casual. I think.
It's probably for the best.
I mean,
no one around here seems particularly trustworthy.
Well, this
is out of my element, so whatever you guys.
I think we should roll in as official representatives to give us a little bit of air of confidence, but like, let's pretend we don't know what exactly is going on, and we're just here to get information.
But if all of the other ones have disappeared, maybe they already know what she's sending representatives here for.
Well, let's watch them carefully, see if they flinch or anything. But let's prepare to kill everyone we run into this building just in case.
Now, that's language I know.
There you are. Alright, let's go talk to these fucking cultists. Inbred motherfuckers.
Let's go.
Ding, 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 ding.
So is that where you're heading? You guys want to check out the Order of Dagon?
Let's go talk to the Home Office.
Yeah, this is not a situation where Meow would veer away from the group, so I think we all stick together.
Yeah, maybe we left.
I feel like if anyone tried to wander off, we'd kind of corral them back because we need to sit together here.
I think maybe we left Meow's wife and Matthew on the outskirts of town with any spare horses.
Oh, do we want to leave them even on the outskirts of town? Do we want to leave them alone?
I feel like that's Do
you want to bring them into this?
I feel like that's not good.
I mean, fine.
I feel like it's better to have them with us than to be kidnapped on their own, like Axiom.
These are your sidekicks, not mine. So do as you see fit.
Imagine Meow is thinking. He's thinking to himself, not realizing he's thinking to the entire group. You know, we should have just used my rope. This would have been so much simpler. Nobody would have to worry about veering off.
Shut up about your rope. Shut up about your rope, Meow. We would look like a bunch of children walking into town.
Do you want me to hold on to your rope, or...
Meow's face goes beet red.
Shut up, booger.
I always forget his nickname is Booger.
I'm not. I will never forget.
It makes it so much better when I hear it.
Alright, let's go talk to these folks.
Alright.
Is there like a gate or like a...
there's a main gate there on the northern side of the block, and as you hit this block, you can see like across the street in some of these other houses, you see like shades and shutters beginning to close as you guys are like coming into view. There's far less people on this side of the street than sort of really anywhere else.
Colt will stop and take a hard look at shadows, nooks, crannies, high spots, high ground,
Perception check.
Perception check. That would be a fucking 19.
All right. It seems
nice.
like the frontmost building, the actual what seems to be essentially the church, from up top behind another pane of stained glass, you can just make out a vague, like, humanoid shadow glancing down in your direction.
Through glass, but like not through an opening.
Right.
Okay. Colt's gonna telepathically send everyone, don't bunch up. Spread out a bit. And continue, just in case.
All right. Making your way up to the gate.
Mm-hmm.
It is unlocked, but closed.
Colt's gonna crack his knuckles and go, dun 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 dun, but not finish.
Walking out of the main church front door in a ratty, almost brown-black, almost Friar Tuck looking kind of robe with that same sort of right-legged gait. Walking out, he's got a hood just over the brim, and as he raises it up, sort of hunched one way, neck against the shoulder that's sort of humped that way, looking like the dude from 300.
What do you wish, outsider?
Well, they're
His
handsome.
breathing is heavy and creepy. Like,
Okay. Sorry to interrupt you from your calisthenics. We're here to see the leaders of the town. I am, of course, Colt Sebastian Taylor, and these are my associates. We are representatives of your fair tyrant, Blythe,
he
ruler of this
spits
island.
right on the ground when you say tyrant.
The tyrant doesn't rule us.
Well, legally speaking, that's kind of where we are right now. So, there. Spitty, we would like to speak to those in charge here, please.
Have we got a good look at this guy's face?
Yeah, I
Rough.
mean, it's pretty darn ugly. He's got like a really large, protruding, like almost bulging out skull over his right eye, like big puffy right eye, crooked neck against the shoulder. Like, he's a handsome fella.
Okay, so he's not like hidden
No.
space. Cool.
So, we gonna do this today or what, buddy?
What were your names again?
Colt Sebastian Taylor and the Longshots. Not like that's the name, but I'm Colt Sebastian Taylor. We are the Longshots. That sounds like I'm a band.
I'm Val.
That's Vel, yes. I mean, like, is it like a guest book you need us to sign or something?
I will tell the order that you are here.
Yes, very important business, so, you know.
Please try not to filth up the place with your presence. If
Well,
you wouldn't mind returning to the tavern, or just leaving. Either.
well,
We will send for you.
I mean, do you have to, like, to track them down or something? Wake them up? Have dinner? I mean, kind of important stuff, which I think the town as a whole would want to take care of this.
We tend to take care of our own problems in our own ways outside.
Well,
I'm gonna mentally say to Colt, do you want me to try and get him, like, magically get him to do anything, or are we good?
no, not yet. Well then, and what's your name there, sir?
Not important.
Well, Mr. Important, thanks for doing this. I will hear from you within the hour then, right? Great. Fan-fucking-tastic. Good day.
And as you step away, he locks the gate behind you.
He was pleasant.
Yeah, kind of a dick. Well, I mean, we're in the middle of town. We can't exactly force our way in. Oh, all these people look like they're held together by... Most of these folks look like they're held together by paranoia and tape. But let's see if we can talk our way in before we have to break shit, I guess.
Turning back around behind you across the street, standing out from each of the bunkhouses where the shades were drawn, are about 4 or 5 other individuals on their own respective stoops, just standing and staring your guys' direction.
Hello?
Sure we shouldn't just nab someone and interrogate them, Colt? I say mentally. Through the link.
I mean, I don't think they're going to be very forthcoming as it is. Plus, everyone's watching us, so...
They're creepy. They're so creepy.
Yeah. I'm going to go up to one of them. Hi there! Handsome Colt Sebastian Taylor. How are you this fine day?
Yours.
Well, I'm from the Mintarn Tourism Bureau, and these are my associates from the Mintarn Tourism Bureau. And you know what? It's a funny thing. This is like the most, I think, best kept secret of the island. And, I understand that you don't like outsiders, and as a representative of the Mintarn Tourism Bureau, LLC, I want to make sure that no just morons wander on in here and just disturb the fine, delightful setting you have here today. Want to use panache.
Okay.
Just to charm him a little bit. Oh, Christ. That's a natural 20. For a 34.
Alright.
So, he'll go from grumpy to still grumpy, but maybe a little more chatty. So, just out of curiosity, we've had some folks... I've heard that some people have come out to this area. We haven't come across anyone. Has anyone come into this town, oh gosh, in the last few weeks or whatnot, and checked out the place? Because I don't want anyone getting the scoop on us. Or, I'll make sure that, if you want anyone here, that being the Tourism Bureau, we don't accidentally send anyone here.
He nods and he's like, well, there was the detective.
Yes.
And as soon as he says, and then there was, the other 2 people that are on the stoop with him just sock him right in the mouth. And they look back at you. Quit asking too many questions, outsider. And the other one just parrots outsider.
Well, first, rude. Second, it was one question. So who else was here?
The other guy sort of just rubbing his face, raises his hand to the other 2. Another outsider working at one of the local stores. Grocery.
Oh, well, I'm sure they found...
Up and left about a week ago.
Oh, they came here and then left a week ago.
Turns out the town really wasn't for him.
I can't see why that is. You just are so friendly. I'm gonna look at the guy that punched this guy and say, you know, where I come from, lots of folks keep their hands to themselves. So, I would appreciate.
He leans forward and says, "Where I come from," and you sort of glance over to your right, where maybe at another 25 feet away at the other house, the other three on that stoop are slowly making their way down the steps. He goes, "Where I come from, we killed people like you." And your dagger of
Colt.
warning is going to start going off. And this would be where we'd roll initiative as this man's face peels apart with rows of like the absolute sharpest teeth you've ever seen. And whoop, it's gonna lunge right through.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it was bound to happen.
The look
It
on
might have been a little later
Amatrine's
if we
face
hadn't
right
pushed.
now.
Just another normal Wednesday at the office, you guys.
Well, I think we've.
Yeah.
I think we just confirmed what we all knew.
Yeah, everyone's clearly in on it, so to speak.
Oh, golly!
Wow.
That's a
a
good
13
one.
for Meow.
Oh, are you guys trying to do this right now?
Oh, I thought you said roll initiative. Well, we can roll
Well, I mean,
initiative.
He said this was weird.
will.
I've got it. I've got to go to bed. I'm
Well,
so tired.
Can we roll initiative and just pick up next week?
I did not have the combat open to even track your initiative. I mean, we'll save it in the bot roller, obviously.
Yeah, because I rolled a
Yeah.
20, so yeah, I want to save that.
Yeah.
I want to stab this guy right in the throat.
Over there in general is a good look at what just opened its mouth, I guess.
Dude, I bet he is an excellent kisser. Now look at that.
Oh my
One could
gosh.
say that.
Holy shit.
The ladies just can't
Now
help.
you have a wife. You have a wife.
I'm just saying. Listen,
Yeah,
I have a wife, but I have eyes too, and I like what I see.
In all fairness, Colt was about to stab him. Like I'm a little disappointed.
Val was about to say, Colt, we should respect local customs, and then just like get him to back away slowly, but that was too late apparently.
I'm a little disappointed. I should have just stabbed him right in the right in the chest, but I guess I missed that opportunity.
And welcome to Innsmouth.
Nice.
Yeah, I did not know that this was going to be as quick to that as it came, but
We're always prepared to skip a few chapters.
I love the
And
blue, by the way.
Yeah, the blue hero was great.
Unfortunately, I won't be able to be here for long next week. Because for some reason I've worked so far, I'm going to try and get them to start me later, but I might be here for an hour or less. And then I think daylight savings time is starting soon, so I'm just going to sort that out with work.
Something like that.
But yeah, or ending. Daylight savings fucks everything over and it happens soonish.
They don't know if they're doing it or not or something.
I hate daylight savings time.
I hate it so much, but yeah, it's like
So
the start of
it's so
spring.
archaic.
It's just, I think it drops. Yeah, it is, but
Okay, so
I don't know if the States is dropping it, but I think New Zealand still has it.
all right. So
okay,
we're wrapping up for tonight then, right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, then I'm gonna find someone to raid for fun.
Raid.
And I am gonna disappear because I'm at work.
Well, then
Yeah.
go.
See ya.
Have a good day at work.
Bye, Val.
All right.
Oh, we're listed on there.
Ooh.
Let's see here. Who should we raid?
I think there was a point where dude's face peeled back, and I look over towards the camera, and Amatrine's just got hand over mouth the whole time, like, yeah, yeah, good old horror face.
Like Karen loves to
Yeah.
die on me. Go on. Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, no, if you want to see my facial expression, sometimes I'm like, I fully let them out.
I am very excited to use Wave for the first time.
Oh yeah, I get to use Black
I've been-
Razor for the first time.
This is gonna be a good time.
And this will be my first combat with you guys.
Yay!
And
Also,
Theron will be back next week.
Elian, are you immune to necrotic damage or just resistant?
Depends on what form I take. I'm resistant when I'm not in my form of dread, but when I'm in
Good
my form,
night.
I'm completely immune. Night.
Good night, Badger.
Hi, buddy.
All right, we are going to raid the Loudwater Chronicles. If you want to lick strange necrotic eyeballs, do it in the safety of your own home. That sounds like a perfect thing for us.
Yes.
So, folks, stay tuned for a raid. We'll see you next week.